What is up, ladies, gentlemen, and NBs? Welcome to the Valenti VOD. I'm your perfect and humble leader, Chris Valenti, and we've got some terrible, awful breaking news. The fascists in the Trump regime have arrested a Democratic congresswoman, LaMonica McIver, from New Jersey, and they are moving forward with charging her with assault. Now, here's the thing. She has been arrested because she was practicing her oversight duties. She, as a congresswoman, is required by law to practice oversight and to go and observe these facilities that ICE is putting people in with no due process. So her and Ross Baraka, the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, they went with a small group of people and they protested outside of an ICE facility where these, the congresswoman, LaMonica McIver, and Ross Baraka, the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, they are obligated to do an oversight check on these facilities. Well, during the whole thing, the Nazis, the Gestapo, they came out of the facility and they started fucking pushing and punching and beating on everybody in the crowd, which then led to chaos. People are shoving each other, people are screaming, and in the process, the congresswoman, Representative LaMonica McIver, was shoved into an ICE agent. No punching, no slapping, no hitting, no nails, no biting. And we have the footage. She was shoved by somebody and ended up being shoved into this ICE agent. Because of that, she's being charged with assault and will most likely be thrown in prison. We're going to cover this, but before we do, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It costs you nothing, and it helps me immensely. And remember, this is real independent media. I have no funding. I've never had a conversation with an advertiser or a billionaire or a government. So if you do want to support the channel, there's a couple of ways that you could do it. You could become a patron on Patreon for $5. Massive shout out to the patrons. You could become a member on YouTube for $5. Massive shout out to the members on YouTube. You could buy some of this dope-ass Valenti Videos merch right down below, and you can use the 40% off discount code for the Vantage subscription on Ground News, located in the description below. But without further ado, let's dive right into the not the descent into fascism, because the descent is over. Let's start talking about the fascist climate that you live in. Okay, so this is according to AP News. Democratic Representative McIver charged with assault after skirmish at ICE Center, New Jersey prosecutors say. So before we read the article, I've got the footage here, and I want to show you it, okay?
Developing in New Jersey, Congresswoman LaMonica McIver now facing federal.
We're going to put this in slow-mo. This is the shove that we're talking about. This is the shove that has her being charged with assault. Playback speed, 0.25. Watch it. She's in the red.
Developing in New Jersey.
She's in the red.
Congresswoman.
She's pushed.
LaMonica McIver.
Let me mute the audio real quick. She's pushed into that ICE agent. That right there is getting her charged with assault. Bang. That's it. Off to prison you go, Congresswoman. Off to prison you go. And I want to point out one thing here, okay? Which is that if you think that an elected representative, a congresswoman, who is practicing her oversight committee responsibilities, went all the way to this ICE facility in order to assault ICE officers. I don't mean this facetiously. I mean this seriously. You might have a mental disorder, okay? We are talking about not only a Democrat, but a woman, and a black woman at that, okay? This woman is going to face so much more scrutiny than if I had gone there, because I'm a white dude, okay? ICE fucking looks at me and goes, hey, did you take off your uniform? Because they think I'm one of them. MAGA will love this shit, and they will all fucking support it. Why? Because they're all fascists, and they cheer when their political opponents get rounded up and tossed into prison. But second of all, because she's a woman, and a black woman at that. Yeah, oh my God, yeah, throw those Democratic black women in fucking prison. Make America great again. Okay, so I'm going to show you this with a little bit of perspective too, because they have this at a wider angle, okay? Let me put it to regular speed so you can see exactly what we're talking about here.
Constitution of the United States. I think there's some people who believe they could do what they want to do. and violate people's rights and their due process, and they're people who are trying to provide oversight, and it's causing conflict.
Now, this all started on May 9th when Mayor Ras Baraka and several congresspeople went to Delaney Hall for an oversight visit, saying that they were aware ICE recently reopened a closed detention facility, but ICE didn't have up-to-date certificate of occupancy, and they wanted to make sure the facility was up to code. At one point, you can see on video ICE agency walk outside of the gates on a public property to detain Mayor Baraka. The mayor is shielded by two congresswomen. The Department of Homeland Security released
that
a new
shove is what is getting her charged with assault. This shove
video claiming that.
Look at this. Let's play it again in slow-mo because we do have a couple of MAGA rats in the chat. So let's put this to slow-mo.
It's on a public property to detain
Wait for it.
Mayor Baraka.
That shove. That guy's legs didn't even fucking move, mind you. That shove is going to get this Democratic congresswoman charged with assault, okay? If you can see that and you actually think that is a valid charge, I can't help you. I cannot help you, bro. Now, what I do want to do is show you a comparison to one other event that is an actual example of assault and violence. You ready? It was a little event called January 6th.
We're gonna give riot warning.
Don't forget, Trump pardoned all of these fucking people, okay?
Riot, but this is now effectively a riot.
49 hours declaring it a riot.
5 to 50 be advised, Cal Police 1 advised they're trying to breach and get into the Capitol.
Look at all these fucking inbreds.
Breach of the Capitol.
No, the MAGA chuds in my chat right now, you can see them in the chat, are cheering for this because they are all less than inferior fascist subhuman inbreds. That's why. Julian Perez, we're going to go over the bill right after we finish filming this video because we actually have it straight from the horse's mouth. The GOP admitted that no, there's nothing about no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security. You're stupid, and you went and read page 23 and 32, but you didn't actually read it. You read the fucking cover title, and you didn't read the fact that it says you have to qualify for no tax on tips, and this is not no tax on tips. This is a deduction to the amount of taxes you're going to pay on the tips. Again, we're going to cover it. You're going to get it from the horse's mouth. Because I know it doesn't matter what I say. You're not going to believe me. You're in a cult.
We need to hold the doors of the Capitol.
And again, these people were all pardoned by Trump, by the way. These people were all pardoned by Trump.
I need court support.
And the one good thing that happened from this event, right? The one good thing, which was Ashley Babbitt getting fucking killed. Rest in hell, bitch. The only good thing that happened was Ashley Babbitt got fucking murdered, okay? And now her family is getting $5 million from the Trump regime because of her wrongful death. Now, let me ask you MAGA chuds in the chat. Some of you are armed. I'm assuming you are. I want you to imagine you're sleeping at home, and then suddenly you hear the fucking glass shatter, and there's some woman climbing in through the glass with a horde of people behind her chanting, hang whoever your fucking family member is, because they're chanting hang Mike Pence. So let's say, like, your dad. Hanging your dad. You're gonna body that bitch, and I'm gonna be on your fucking side. But suddenly, because she's a Trump supporter, oh, no, it was a wrongful death. Fuck you. That bitch is roasting. They should have fucking opened fire on these people. If this was a crowd of Democrats, they would have opened fire. They should have opened fire on these people.
I mentioned the word love, the love in the air. I've never seen anything like it.
Now, mind you, again, I know I said it earlier, Trump pardoned all of these people. And MAGA will chant "back the blue" while watching footage of people driving taser guns into the necks of police officers at the Capitol. And they'll also put like a Punisher logo on the back of their fucking F-150s because they're insanely stupid and they don't understand that the Punisher himself hates cops. So, we've reached the point in American democracy where we are arresting Democratic congresswomen for practicing their oversight duties, which they are contractually obligated to do. Fascism is here. You live in a fascist regime with an authoritarian dictator cosplaying as a president. That's all I have for you. If you're here live, you stay. We're going to keep going. If you're watching this pre-recorded on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and also click that video right over there. I promise you, it's an absolute banger. I'll catch you. Have a good one.